now.
Welcome everybody to this asana practice with the country coordinators of Kula Brajana Europe online, still online. And this class is going to be around fire, Shiva, so maybe it's good for you guys to prepare your space, to light a candle or even burn some incense, some smoke, some presence of candle, or maybe even find an object that represents fire to you, that you can, in your space with us, have the atmosphere. Yeah. This practice will start with Stella, and move on to Julia, Stella in Spain, move on to Julia in Germany, then fly over to Leticia in Austria. Oh, sorry, Leticia first. Then from Austria, the Vienna, will fly to Essen, and we will come to Amsterdam, and then we will finish in Denmark. Boy, will our wings be tired.
Hey, so I think it's time now to start officially. Welcome again, this time all in English, so you don't have to wait for translations. I'm very happy to see you here and to see my team and co-teach with them. Thank you, Leah, for these words from the beginning. And I'd say I just hand it over to Stella, and let's really start the practice, and then everything else that is, or that might be important afterwards, yeah, let's do it afterwards. So Stella, I'm going to focus you, so you just need to unmute yourself, have fun, enjoy the practice.
Hello and welcome. Thanks for being here and being a part of this campaign from DESERT. We are all Anusara. Take a comfortable posture and gently connect with the movement of your breath. One of the pulsations we experience on a daily basis is the one that exists between the actions of giving and receiving. We give the breath out and we receive the breath in. The dance between giving and taking. Our practice of give and take. The give part of the dance is natural for us, but by difficult situations that life puts in front of us, such as economic losses or losses of any kind, leads us to perceive and feel something like there is no balance here, or this is not fair at all, making us feel away from our center, making us feel burned. It is precisely in these challenging moments that we have the opportunity to use the tools we have learned, the tools we have taken from our school, to put into practice the teachings of our non-dual tantric philosophy. The real test is to be able to take advantage of that challenge and give it back as a learning opportunity as another form of energy, as a pulsation of the light, as a place where we can transform that energy into the fire of light, a fire of transforming consciousness. We can use that fire and transform into light, illuminating our path, giving back as the light of understanding. We are here together on Zoom, on the yoga mat, to live and feel the experiences the pulsation of life gives us, to learn how to do the dance of give and take. Please renew your posture. Bring your hands in front of your chest and close your eyes. Feel the pulsations of your breath. We give the breath out. We receive the breath in. Now we sing 3 rounds of Om and 1 Anusara invocation. Om. Om. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Sachidananda Murtaye Nishprabhanshaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase
Gently bow your head towards your heart, connecting to the vibration inside. Very softly, lift your head, release your hands. Bring yourself back into the yoga mat and very softly open your eyes. Come into all fours, bringing the hands directly, the wrists directly underneath your shoulders and your knees directly underneath your hips. Here, start to move your hips in little circles, warm it up, the hips, starting to move, to gently begin the dance. Make those circles little by little, starting to move more into the back, more into the shoulders, making the body move with the vibration, with the pulsation, with the dance of life. Just making you feel good. Then yeah, very quietly go back into the center, making these circles smaller. Come back into all fours, grounding through your hands and feet, through your knees. And then gently draw inwardly, hugging the muscles into your bones, warming up, waking up those muscles. From here, we start to move with the breath, inhaling center of the chest forward and up. And with the exhale, we move back towards a cat. Gently, cows and cats. Inhale into the cow. Exhale into a cat. Stay rooted through your hands and legs. Keep moving with the breath, drawing energetically into the center of yourself, expanding evenly. With the next exhale, stay into the cat, drawing from the pubic bone towards the navel, and keeping that, lengthen the torso, coming into a neutral back. Engage legs, engage belly. Inhale, right arm forward, left leg back. Extend from the center of the pelvic floor outwards. Notice your back foot, keep the inner thigh of the back leg a little bit more up towards the ceiling, and expand from that center out. One more breath in here. Excellent, release. Second side, draw belly, engage gluteus, lengthen torso, extend. Left arm, right leg. Notice once again the inner thigh of the back leg, so the toes point down. Even though here we are starting to warm up, we are starting to draw inwards, at the same time, lighten yourself, lengthening through the whole body. So a little bit softening the posture. With the next exhale, release down. Let's go with the next inhale to the first side again. And we start to move. Inhaling here, exhale, knee towards elbow. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale and up. Two more of this. The last one at this side. Extend to release down. Pause, softening, noticing, then energetically draw inwards, and from that drawing, firing up, extend the other side. And we start to move again. Knee towards elbow, extend out. Inhale in, exhale out. The dance of the breath, warming up the body, making the fire begin. After the last one, release down. Now gently walk your knees a tiny bit back. Press the hands down, draw the arms in. So in here, I like to bend the elbows a little bit, softening the posture, and then from bending, we draw the elbows in the direction of the arms, of the legs, pressing the hands down, lengthen the arms. Now draw the belly in, extend the legs, coming into a plank, drawing legs towards the center, long torso. Here, even though we are drawing inwards from the hands and feet, kind of like wanting to bring the hands towards the legs, lengthen yourself by pressing the top of the head forward, the heels back. One more breath in here, feeling the fire, starting to get created, getting the challenge in there. And then gently bring the knees down again. Starting to play. Extend the left leg, ground through the hands and right foot. And now we're going to bring the left foot gently towards the floor without touching. And with the inhale, we're going to lift it up. Then we're going to bend it. And then we're going to draw that foot towards the gluteus, keeping that gluteus very much engaged, hanging in. We extend that leg out, saying hello to the hamstrings. And then the foot goes towards the floor again. That's number 1. Let's repeat. Up, we bend. Draw that foot towards the gluteus, extend out. Then foot down towards the floor without touching, up again. Bend, draw in, extend. Down towards the floor, up. Bend, and draw in, extend. Down towards the floor, and up. Bend, draw in, extend. Down towards the floor. This is the last one. Up, bend, draw in, extend, down towards the floor. Place the foot down, hug those legs in, draw belly, plank. Breathe. Noticing the fire getting created, so don't burn yourself. Stay lighting yourself out. With the next breath, bring the left knee down. Draw towards the center to activate the gluteus, lift the left leg, the right leg a tiny bit. And we start the same game with the other leg. Inhale up, bend that knee, draw foot towards popo, glutes. Extend that leg, down towards the floor. Inhale up, bend that leg, draw that foot towards the gluteus, hamstring active to extend. Down towards the floor, and up. Bend, draw in, extend, down towards the floor and up. Bend, draw in, extend. Last one, down without touching. Lift up, bend, draw in, keeping that gluteus active, extend that leg, down towards the floor, plank, hug in, bend those knees, bring the hips back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Draw from the hands and feet towards the center and get your dog for a walk, bending one knee at a time. Allowing yourself to warm up and let those hips do the dance. Now with the next breath, bring yourself into normal downward facing dog. Noticing your hands, noticing your feet. From there, energetically draw the fire into your heart. Muscles hugging your bones. From the heart, gently lengthen evenly, expanding that fire, making your posture more light. Pressing the tops of the thighs back, lengthening and opening. With the next breath in, walk your feet forward. This is the moment when we remove the blanket from the floor if you had it there. Hug those legs in, inhale and come all the way up towards Tadasana. Come to the front of your yoga mat. Ground through your feet, feet parallel with each other. Then gently bend the knees, softening those knees. Keeping that, hug the muscles of your legs in. Gently move the inner thighs back, allowing the thighs to move apart. Keeping that, we draw from the pubic bone towards the belly, activating gluteus, activating the core. And from there, we lengthen those legs, lifting up, kind of like putting those very small, skinny jeans. Keeping the zip into the belly, allow the torso to open, shoulders to relax, lengthening the arms. Now think from the top of the head, you are lifting up. Breathe. We start to move. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bow. Uttanasana. If you need to bend your knees a little bit. Inhale, lengthen torso. Exhale, bring the right foot back. Place the hands down, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. If you want to, you can bring the knees down and lower yourself. Hang in there, release all the way down. Place the tops of the feet down. Bring the hands outside the yoga mat in cupcakes. Elbows are in line with your shoulders. Hug the belly muscles, engage gluteus, pressing the hands down, inhale, center the chest forward into a spider cobra. Keep pressing the feet down, hands down, draw hands towards the legs, fire in those muscles, creating the fire inside to let the heart to open. With the next exhale, release down, back into dog. Take a moment here in dog to allow yourself to ground. I want to see everybody. There we go. Drawing from your hands and feet towards the center. Awakening your body, awakening the light, awakening the fire inside. And let that fire get transformed and get to expand as a light. With the next breath, right foot between the hands, left foot forward. Pausing here, Uttanasana. Now from Uttanasana, keep your feet hip distance apart, bend the knees and bring the inner thighs back and apart to bring those hips lower. Given that, outer hips hug, the gluteus draw towards the center, and again from the pelvic floor, draw it towards the belly. So we do kind of like a cat in our belly. You can place the hands into your thighs to support that cat idea, cat into the lower belly. Press the hands into your thighs, creating even more fire, and from there lengthen the torso. Now, noticing here, the fire getting awakening to the legs. So hug those legs in, lengthen the torso, think about the belly to lengthen the torso, and from there we can light up and bring the arms above the head, the head into Utkatasana. Notice the legs, fire them in to lengthen and expand outwards. Stay grounded through the feet, pressing down, inhale, come back up, Tadasana. Take a moment or two to breathe, to let that fire settle. We don't want to burn. Start to create the challenge. We start to create the dance. So then we learn how to take that challenge into a learning experience. So let's go second side. Ground through your feet, hug in, lengthen torso, open the chest. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bow, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen torso. Exhale, left foot back. Place your hands downward facing dog. With the next breath, inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. As I said before, you can bring the knees down. Release. Tops of the feet down. Options, cupcakes, spider cobra, or let's go to cobra. If you're going to cobra, keep the hands down, shoulders towards the ears, creating a side body long. From there, draw the shoulders up, engage tips of the shoulder blades towards the center. And from there, inhale, and let the fire created by the legs, gluteus and belly, open the chest up. Here, if you want even more fire, you can press the hands down, draw the hands towards your legs, and from there, we can extend the arms and open the chest even more. Breathe. Notice if you cannot breathe, you're doing too much, you're burning yourself. So breathe. With the next exhale, release down. Turn your toes, go back into dog. Take dog as a place to reconnect. To find the vibration, to feel the breath. In and out, the dance of give and take. We take in the fire, we give it out as light, illuminating our path. With the next breath in, left foot between the hands, second foot forward and back. And those legs, Utkatasana, hips back, engage gluteus, draw belly into cat, Lengthen torso, arms alongside the ears. Long, long back. Stay grounded through your feet. Inhale, up, exhale, release. How are we doing? Now, from here, let's go back to the floor. Inhale up, exhale, Uttanasana, all the way down. Place the hands down, walk your feet back into a plank, draw inwards, hugging, and keep the muscles active to come into a dog. Lengthen completely from the center of the heart out. And then gently bring your feet closer together into the back, in the back. Ground through the left foot, inhale, right leg up. Press that right foot back, away, bend that knee, open the hips towards the right. Noticing here your standing leg. Micro bend that knee, keep it soft. Press the right foot back. With the next breath, bring the knee back to center, hips back to center. Inhale and foot between the hands. Back knee down. Draw legs towards each other, hug it in, hands into the hips. Pause. Here, hug those legs towards the center. Keeping that engagement, lift the back leg. Lengthen the back. Breathe. We'll stay here, the hips where they are. Try to extend the back leg. And now we start to play. Inhale, press the front shin bone forward. Press the back foot back. Get that extension in there. Keep hugging the muscles in, drawing legs in. Front shin bone moves forward. Back foot moves back. Breathe. And then back center. Knee on top of your heel. Engage outer hips. Back knee now. Bend it down towards the floor. Keep the front leg where it is. Inhale, extend that leg. Try not to move the front popo, the front glute, the front thigh. Bring the back foot down, back knee down. Lift that back leg up. Awesome. Keep hugging those hips in. Knee down towards the floor without touching. And up. Last one. Down towards the floor. Up. Hands down. Downward facing dog. Let's change sides. Breathe. So, which leg is this one? Left foot between the hands. Sorry, forgot about that. Stay in dog. Lift the left leg up, no? Yeah, left leg up. Tag in, bend the knee, move the foot towards the side. Lengthening, opening those hips. Notice the standing leg, micro bend the knee. Good. Then inhale back center. And now, foot between the legs. Back knee down. Draw those legs towards the center, activating muscles, hands into the hips. Here we go. Extend the back leg, lift up. Keep hugging those legs in, that's super important. Train, how was the word? Stabilizing the front leg. From here, front shin bone goes forward, back foot presses back. So we are creating here some fire into that ankle. And of course, a little bit into the gluteus. Then drawing towards the center again, knee back to center. We go forward again, back foot back, extending that back leg. So this has some work on the back leg. And then again, knee back center. Again, shin bone forward. Breathe. And now, keeping the knee on top of the heel, back leg down towards the floor, lengthen up, down towards the floor, and up, down, and up. Last one, down, and up. Bow forward, downward facing dog. Are we feeling the fire? Are we starting to feel it? Getting those legs, the gluteus. Now we dance. So, from dog, The first side was the right foot between the hands. Ground through your feet. Hug legs towards the center. Micro bend the back knee to bring the hands into the hips again. Same thing. Draw legs in. Now we begin the dance. Stay rooted through the front leg. To inhale and bring the back foot up. Get shaky, it's okay. The shaking is part of the dance. Now here, press the standing leg down, creating that fire into that leg to stabilize. From that fire, bring the hand outside the left knee and bring that knee out towards the side. Very good. Let me see you. So, towards the side. Then come back center. Again, micro bend the standing leg. Bring this heel up. Gently. Stay grounded through the standing leg. That's the fire leg to allow the opposite leg to get lighter. Then back to center. Stay drawing here. Gently bring the leg back. Hands into your hips. Extend that leg back. Find that balance. Stay balanced. Get that challenge to balance you. And then foot down into lunge. Back to lunge. Downward facing dog. Notice the difference of the right and left. One feels so much fiery than the other one. So we need to balance. Left foot in front, between the hands. Draw legs in. Micro bend the back knee to bring the hands into the hips. Here already, balance. So hug in, extend that back leg. Find that fire to light the torso, to light the mind. Stay grounded through the front foot. Inhale, back foot gets close and up. Ground, pause, engage, lengthen. Are we okay? Hand outside the knee. Move that knee towards the right. Keep the foot active, pressing that foot down. Very good. Then bring it back center. Bend the standing leg by bringing the gluteus back, the thigh back, and bring that heel up. You want to see that foot. Now back center. Bring that knee back. Lengthen that leg. And keeping that lengthening going back, lunge. Awesome. Downward facing dog. Breathe. Take this dog as a place in between challenges. Learning, taking in from the challenge what we need to learn, and giving it out as a learning experience. With the next breath in, I should turn around, bring the right foot between the hands, back knee down, draw legs in, lengthen up. Twist the chest. Notice your hips, keep engaging in, lengthen torso, arm, left arm outside your knee, hands together. And now here, fire. Press those elbows down to lengthen and open the chest. Round, pause. Challenge yourself by drawing legs in, maybe bring the back leg up, the back knee. Extending that foot, pressing that foot back. One more breath in here. Gently back knee down and twist, downward facing dog. Second side. Left foot between the hands, back knee down. Hug energetically those legs towards the center, drawing the muscles, drawing that fire into your pelvic floor. From there, extending out, lengthen the torso, elbow outside, hands together, glue, press the right elbow into that left knee to open that chest even more. Keep hugging towards the center to open and lengthen. One more breath in here. And if you challenge yourself in the first side, back knee goes up. Draw outer hips, stay balanced. Stay connected with the vibration of the breath. Next breath out, knee down and twist, downward facing dog. Take this dog as a place to dance. Dance with your breath. Dance with your fire. The fire creating light. With the next breath, bend both knees, walk your feet forward. Inhale, up, Tadasana. Ground through the feet, hug the legs in, ground especially through the left leg, lift the right leg up. Open towards the side, bring that foot inside the thigh. Hug in there. Pause. Notice the game in here, notice the dance. The foot is moving, hug more gluteus towards the center to stabilize. Once you feel stable, lengthen through the torso, inhale, arms up. Reach the arms up, and then exhale into a cactus. If you're feeling out of balance in here, you can always use a wall to make you more stable. Engage legs towards the center. Once again, this idea of hugging the fire in, letting the fire expand through the torso. We inhale and we twist the chest towards the standing leg. Very gently. Letting the breath guide us away from the bended leg. With the next inhale, come back center. Hands into the hips. Foot forward. Stay grounded. We keep that leg up. Engage outer hips. Place your hands outside and underneath the thigh. Press the thigh down and notice how the hip moves away. Press the standing foot down to engage the gluteus. From that gluteus firing up, we can bring the opposite knee higher, lighten it. And from there, maybe just extending out. Bend that knee, bring it towards the side. Keep it in there. Can you hold it? Can you keep it? Good, back center. Can we bring it back? Away. Opening those hips. Hug towards the center, coming into Ardha Chandrasana. Can we do that? Stay balanced. Stay breathing. Good, beautiful. And then bend the upper leg back to this, how was it called? Ekapada, Justita, Padangustasana, and release. Woo-ha! Breathe. Are we dancing? Second side. Pause. Don't burn. Keep your leg grounded. This one, lift the opposite one. Open it towards the side. We go to a tree pose to find the balance. Tree pose. Yeah. Keep your foot into your leg, leg into the feet, foot. Notice this hip. Fire the gluteus so the hip stays in the place. From there we lengthen, inhale, arms up. Exhale, our friend the cactus. Sometimes cactus is not our friend. Let's make it our friend. Hug it in, take it in. The challenge is our friend today. Hug in, inhale, twist towards the right, I guess. Because the left leg is the one bended. So to the other one, yeah. Stay engaged, open, breathing, centering. Take that challenge as a learning opportunity to stay centered. With the next breath, come back in. Release those arms. Then leg inwards. And hold the back thigh. Once again. Drawing, keep hugging. That's my favorite thing to do, hugging. I'm a hugger. Press the thigh into the leg. Maybe that knee can go up by engaging this one. And from there, draw out the hips in, extend that leg out. Woo! Bend that knee, bring it back towards the side. That foot is active, engage in. One more breath, then gently back. Ardha Chandrasana. Can we do the transition? Stay focused, stay centered, stay dancing with the give and take. We take our muscles to fire them up. Bring out light. With the next breath, we come back center. We balance sometimes allows us to dance and release Tadasana. Pause. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, bow, Uttanasana. Lengthen the torso forward, walk your feet back. Adho Mukha Svanasana.
Oh, 1 second, I'm coming. Danke, thanks. Okay, so lower your knees down into child's pose for a moment and receive the burning of the fire the teacher just gave to our outer hips. Just stick with it, stay with it, and really lead all your all your awareness into your hips. Stretch your arms out forward and rest your forehead on the ground, just shortly. 2-3 breaths. I need them as well. So if you were struggling with this, maybe all these poses in a row, it's getting worse. But this Ardha Chandrasana is not in my peak flow, so some good times to look forward to. But isn't it these very challenging moments where we can stick to the stuff we learned in advance, where we can use the fire we built up in our muscles, even though our muscles are already burning. They learned something, they learned some patterns. And knowing these patterns just makes everything easier, promised. Okay, so come up forward into all fours and then lift up into a kneeling position, a knee stand, so to say, and bring your left foot forward, but not in a very big lunge, but just very short. In fact, you can bring your foot almost all the way towards your knee. And then bring your left elbow or forearm onto your knee. You can even bring the other hand down and really bend your front knee deeply, or what we rather want is bend this ankle deeply. Spread your toes. And while bending deeply in that ankle joint, push your toes down. So let the sole of your foot really work, really push your feet, your toes down. And maybe you feel even more in your ankle joint. 2 more breaths. And then switch sides. It's also a good moment to catch your breath, or for me to catch my breath. So it's very unstable if knee and foot are very close. So bring one hand down and use the other forearm to push that thigh or that knee down and forward, so that there's a lot of flexion in this joint. Let gravity do its stuff. Let gravity do what gravity does. And then even push down with your toes. You can even push down your heel as well until you feel that little or bigger sensation in your buttocks and more flexion in that joint. 2 more breaths. Okay, and then step back into downward facing dog and feel the difference. Bring your heels back and down, push your toes down. And then come to kneeling. We're going to go onto our hands and going to prepare our hands a little more. So please make fists for a moment. Really strong arms, strong hands, and try to roll your hands in a big range of motion. Try not to move your forearms, just the wrists. Do it slowly, and then switch directions. Okay, bring your arms out to the side. Relax your fingers for a moment. Turn your palms up. Make fists again. Roll your fists in. And then engage your biceps and really bend those arms. Keep the fist rolled in, flexed, and straighten the arms again, just like we did with the legs at the very beginning of Letitia's section. And then bend and straighten. And you should feel a good stretch in your lower arms. 2 more times. Okay, and then shake them off. And come into downward facing dog again. So like you push down your toes, press down your fingertips, you're very used to that in Anusara yoga. And then open up your legs a little more and roll your right foot out to the side. So bring the whole right sole of your foot down. Bend the left knee a little bit, and then bend your right knee deeply. So really deeply. Push those toes down, and then try to wrap your left leg around your right leg in Garudasana legs. Doesn't have to go all the way, just try as much as possible. Inhale, and exhaling, twist your torso away from the legs towards your mat, so to the left. And you should feel a real good twist in your spine. Bend your legs deeper, knees deeper, ankles deeper. And then inhale and exhaling, push your hands down, move your hips further back, but keep the bend. Okay, come back to center. And if needed, bring your knees down. Sit back for a moment, take your shoulders back, and just receive the energy you gained from doing all this work. Even though it's probably burning or getting really hot. Okay. What we're doing is we're establishing a good foundation for the dance we're going to do in a minute or maybe in 10 minutes. So that afterwards, everything we do on top feels easier or with more ease. So we're doing this twisting now, for example, so that when we have to do it in a challenging time or pose, it will get much easier and you'll enjoy it more. Well, isn't that what we always do in sequencing? Okay, downward facing dog. Let's try it a little different on the other side. Keep your feet parallel, bend both knees deeply, and then start to wrap your right leg around the left one. So this way your hips can stay square. Squeeze your elbows towards one another, make your arms really strong, engage your core, and then try to keep or maintain the chest towards the floor and twist the hips out to the left. So bring the left foot and sole really down. Lift the right axle hole, armpit higher. And when you push down into the ground to extend more into lightness and ease, push a little harder on the right side. Nice stretch on the left. Okay, come back to center, downward facing dog. Let's relax here. Inhale lift your chest and your gaze. Exhale, walk forward. Bow. Halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Bend your knees slightly, push your toes down, engage your legs, lift your sit bones, engage around your hips. And then really relax your chest downwards, relax your shoulders and your head. And give yourself that moment to come back into balance from all this muscle work, at least some parts of the body. Let's gain some more ease here around the shoulders and neck. 3 or 4 breaths. Okay, bring your hands to your hips. Lift your shoulders and your head, push down through your feet, come up, exhale here, root down and then lift up, bring your arms up and hands towards your chest. Bend both knees, bring your weight over to your right foot and bend the right knee deeper. Push your toes down, just like you learned from the lesson before. Okay, still your gaze. Look at something that's not moving, you know that, and lift the left knee forward. And then circle your foot just for a little moment. Okay, and as if you wanted to come into Garudasana, move your knee over to the right, but try to keep your shin bone vertical. So your legs really cross. And you should feel a hug towards the midline from both sides. Okay, bend the standing knee deeper and then push back, push down and come back. Spread your toes before you set your foundation on the left side. Shift your weight over, bend, push the toes down. You should come deeper, or your ankle should flex more if you push your toes down. That's ankle loop, right? Okay. Instead of just engaging your legs, engage your core as well. Even pull your shoulder blades towards the midline. You can push your hands together and draw the front of your core towards the midline. Even center yourself for more balance. And then lift the other leg and start to cross thigh bones. Keep it there. Maybe the dance here is maybe the dance is in your foot, in your standing foot. It's dancing from side to side, trying to re-find the center. And it's learned it from pushing down the toes, for example. Okay, and come back. Stand in Tadasana, hands down, breathe. Okay, what I would like to try next, just for fun, is a little arm balance, some kind of handstand variation at the wall. So what we're going to do is these Garudasana legs in an L pose. So it's not a full handstand, it's just an L pose. You can even walk your feet a little higher and then try to wrap the legs and try to turn your legs to the side, I'm telling you, but keep both hands down on the floor. And you might have to push down a little harder with the one side you're twisting away from. Okay, want to try? Bring a mat to your wall. And if you don't want to do it, you can always do it just in downward facing dog. But let's load these shoulders a little more. It's the last thing for the arms and the shoulders. The rest is going to be in the legs. Yeah. Well, you paid for this class, right? Now take it. Okay, all fours. Set your foundation in the hands, work your hands. I know you've heard this 1,000 times, but the more you press down with your knuckles and your finger pads, the more stable everything will be and the less pain will be there. So come up and then just bring, I hope I can talk while I do this. bring one leg pretty high. So it doesn't have to be rectangular. Bring it pretty high. Both feet parallel. Bend both knees. Bring your right leg over the left. And then engage your core and turn your knees towards the left. So maybe the sole of your foot can come to the wall. Push down through your right hand. Come back to center, switch sides. Turn your feet out to the right, push down through your left hand. Gosh, I'm starting to sweat. And then stretch it out, maybe L pose. And come down all the way. Sit back on your heels. Bring your shoulders back. Enjoy the rise of fire or energy. Or maybe more self-awareness, self-consciousness. Keep breathing. Use your breath to calm your mind, to calm your breath. Okay, one more thing, I think. What Letizia did with us was this standing hamstring stretch. For my hamstrings, that wasn't enough yet. So let's do some just very, very simple, how do you call them, runner stretches. So if you need blocks to keep your torso pretty high, bring your right leg forward. Spread your toes. Push the big mound of your right toe forward. And then pull this leg, this right leg, into your center, into your hip. Roll to the inner side of your heel and widen this right hip out to the side. And then engage this hip. Engage around the sit bone and bow forward. Keep this right leg really, really strong as you bend forward. I'm not going to send you into Hanumanasana. And come back up and switch sides. Okay, from the outer edge of your foot, draw in into the hip, widen this left hip out so that your whole leg rolls a little bit into the inner corner of your heel. Widen, widen, widen. And after all this widening, bring the fire back into your buttocks. Engage them, pull the left hip down, and then bend over. Keep your shoulders wide. Inhaling, come up, forward. If you use blocks, take them away. Bring your hands down and push back into downward facing dog. Inhaling, come forward and down into onto your bellies. That's it. On your bellies. Stretch your left arm forward and just hold your head up a little bit. So you don't have to look forward. I hope you can just listen to me, look down, but lift your head up and then grab your right foot with your right hand. Okay, you can close your eyes. Remember this midline or the center we established when we did this I have to pee standing pose. Draw your thighs towards one another, draw your shoulder blades towards one another. And from your left fingers through your arm, pull this arm into your shoulder so that your chest gets a little more square towards the front of your mat. Engage your biceps like we did with these Popeye arms in the beginning. And then push your hips down, your pelvis down, and lift up through a little cobra. So it's like a frog with one arm forward. Okay, turn out onto your little finger side, still pull this arm in and lift this arm up. So very familiar to this bird, what did you call it? Bird, dog? Whatever, from the beginning. Okay, and then switch sides. You can rest your head down if you need to. I need to shortly. And already take a hold of your left foot. Okay, then draw in from your fingertips, both thighs toward the midline, push your head back, shoulder blades back, front of your core into the center. Biceps very, very strong. And then push your pelvis down. Turn your front arm out a little bit so your palm faces to the left and lift this arm up. Push down and stretch out, although this back knee is really, really bent. And rest. Okay, hands next to your chest. Push up and back. Inhale, lift your chest and look up. Exhaling, walk forward. Keep your legs strong, but relax your head down. Uttanasana. Okay, bring your hands to your hips. Lift your shoulders, lift your head. Come on up. Bring your arms up. Exhaling, hands to your heart and down. Breathe. Just notice how easy it is to just stand up. Good. Okay. So for our little dance, it's not so hard poses. What is hard about it is that it's a lot of poses in a row on one standing leg. So it might be that you fall out of balance for a moment, which is a brilliant lesson to just recenter yourself. Pull towards the midline, use more muscles. I'm going to teach you which ones. And just take this lesson and all the experiences our bodies made throughout this practice so far. And yeah, build it up into something more beautiful, a flow that might even be fun. Okay, let's start with Utkatasana. We've done this before. Bend your knees as far as possible. And then shift your weight into your heels and sit back deeper. Lift your kidneys away from your thighs. Bring your arms forward. Palms facing each other. Pull in towards the midline. Lift your head up even more. Pull your arms back and then stretch out. From here, come up. Open up your arms to the side, but stay down into your knees. Shift your weight. I'm going to turn this way. Shift your weight into your right leg, bend deeper, and then lift your left leg up and cross your legs and let your toes point downwards. Okay, now we add a twist. Inhale. We're not twisting away from the foot. We're twisting towards the front leg. And if you want to bring your fingers into Jnana Mudra, thumbs and index fingers facing, you're welcome to. That's the Nataraj, right? Come back into standing, center, and bring your foot down. Okay, we're not going to do everything in one row for the beginning. Let's do the other side. If you have questions about this pose, what is important to me now is that it's not external rotation like this. It's this internal, it's more of an internal rotation and just crossing the midline, so to say, right? Okay, Utkatasana. Bend, shift your weight back, sit with it. Just like Letizia made us do it. Just sit with it, engage your legs. Okay, and then push your toes down even more on your left leg. Come up, open your arms to the side, lift the, and you turn around a little bit, I'm shaking, and cross, adduct your legs, cross the midline, inhale, and exhaling, twist your torso over to the right. So your legs are hugging the midline, they're staying in the middle, and your torso is twisting away from the middle. Come back up and stand tall. So next thing from there is going to be pretty easy. It's going to be Garudasana. We did this pose at the wall, right? So we did it the hard way. It's getting easier. Let's just do a simple Garudasana 2 tree pose. Done this before, should be easy. Bend, shift, bend deeper, lift, cross, wrap, breathe, hug the midline, bring your arms up, left underneath right. Inhale, if it's easier or not doable, put your toes down. Inhale, and exhaling, bend down and let your elbows touch your knees. Once you're down here, inhale, and then press down even more until you feel your kidneys widen out to the back, into the back of your body. Relax the back of your neck, push your head down, but still find some more ease around the shoulders and your neck. Okay, from here, push down through your standing leg. Bring this other leg out to the side, so that's external rotation. Tree pose, Vrikshasana. Lift your arms up. Hug legs and arms towards the midline. And Letizia told us how this hip is going to be pushed against the midline. It's not by pushing it against the midline, it's by pushing, rooting down and reaching up. Hands towards the heart. Switch sides. Start with your foundation. Anchor your toes down, bend the knee. Other leg up. Cross the midline. Wrap. Focus. Arms. Inhale. Exhaling, bend over. Maybe the way down into this bending is hard and wobbly on your foot, but the more you engage through your big toe mount, the more stable you're going to be. And if you're down, you can even push down and bring the back body more into an opening, a widening. Okay, come back, up. Keep pushing down. Tree pose, Vrikshasana. Arms up. Hook your fingers, your thumbs if you want to, and it's much easier to straighten the elbows and extend out. Bring your hands towards your heart, both feet down. Breathe, close your eyes. Feel how easy it is to stand on both legs. You know this. So I was discussing with my colleagues what light or fire becomes when it gets transformed in a practice like this. What is the result? What are the fruits of building up so much fire? And for me, it's the experience in my body that through fire, I can recenter. And when I'm centered in myself, when I even engage myself with actions to work towards the center, this is the moment when I feel not just empowered or tired, but also at ease at some point, because everything stills a little more or less when you feel centered. So this light that comes from fire burning, this is some word Leah gave me, so light becomes delight, right? And this light that shines out, just like we're trying to do with Kula Brajana, this Brajana, it's spotlight is on me now, literally on Spotify, on Zoom. but also I hope I can transform some of my knowledge or my practice or my insecurities and wobbliness out to you and inspire you as well. Okay, from here, let's do the third set of poses and then we'll put it all together and then we're done for now. Okay, shift your weight over to the right, grab your left knee and pull it in. Okay, switch to the back side of your thigh, straighten that knee. Okay, this is the moment where you can bend it again and get a hold of your toe. I'm not going to do it. I feel way too insecure now. So I'm just holding my knee and extending the leg out and then open it up to the side. You can do this with your hand underneath your thigh. You can even keep it bent like Letizia did. But now take this hand and take a hold of your foot and bring your thighs together, just like we did when we were laying down on our bellies. Lift your left arm up, right arm, sorry. And then let's do counter pose. Let's do a Shiva Nataraja, the dancing Shiva. Let's lean forward, keep your belly in, and push with your foot against the head, the hand to bring up this bow a little more. Try reaching your left or your right arm up and back and keep your head up. Root down through your standing foot and make the pose a little brighter. And then come back to center, bring this foot down. Let's just go straight onto the other side. Completely different muscles. Not tired yet. So whatever you want to do, like Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana, take a hold of your toe or the outside edge of your foot or just the back of your thigh. Straighten that knee. And then bring it out as good as possible. You can even lift the other arm up. Okay, bend this knee, bring it in so you can switch to the outside. Maybe keep the arm up already. And then kick your foot into your hand. So it's the opposite of pulling in, it's just reaching out. The higher your back leg gets, the more you're allowed to bring your chest forward, but try to keep it in balance. Try to lift both parts up, the back leg and the front of your torso. Bring the arm back, head back. One more breath, and then try to extend down, root down through your standing leg, and open up a little more. Receive a full breath, come back to center. Receive, stand down. And just enjoy it coming back to the ground. Okay, one more time. All together on both sides, okay? Hope you remember. I'm gonna go this way. So let's go. Utkatasana, chair pose. Fiery pose. Yay. From here, come up into the dancing Shiva, not the dancing Shiva, the Nataraja. Cross the legs midline, point your foot down, twist to the right. Good. From here, turn back to center, Garudasana. Aren't you already proud that you're still standing on one foot? Okay, come back up, tree pose. Rebalance yourself, pull in, take it in, maintain the actions. Shavasana is coming. That was Letizia's joke. Okay, from here, bring your knee forward. Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana, whatever version you prefer. Open it up to the side. Stand back a big. Okay, get a hold of your foot from the outside. Natarajasana. Turn your torso to the left so it faces the front. Come back to center and give your left hip some love, maybe internally or just some claps. Sit down, Utkatasana. Go for it. You paid for it. Let's do this. Have you paid for it, by the way? €5 minimum. Thank you so much, everybody who did already. Okay, come up, Garudasana. Maybe you can stay down. Just lift the torso up, rapid. Bend. Let's make this very, very compact. Draw in, but relax your neck and your face. Okay, Vrikshasana. Hamstring stretch. So I don't have to say the name of the pose again. Open it up to the side. I was so nervous that I couldn't do these two poses. And the dancer. Come back, standing, Tadasana, close your eyes. Breathe. And then simply bow forward into Uttanasana so I can take a look at my notes. And you can relax your head down a little bit and stretch out these hamstrings. There's another thing in our bodies dancing right now, right? Our hearts. My heart is dancing, like, no, not cha-cha-cha, rock and roll. Okay, inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, downward facing dog. So from rock and roll, let's stay here for a moment so I can pass this on to a slow dance. Leah, you're ready. Don't forget to unmute yourself.
Coming onto your knees for those of us who didn't take child's pose with red pants on, please take a moment to enjoy. I love that idea that we receive the fire. Come to a seated position, Dandasana. Extend your legs, come onto your buttocks. Move the flesh out from under the sit bones. Root your thighs into the ground, and like a matchstick, ready to light this fire. Root your stiff fingers down into the ground. Widen your collarbone, and from the under part of your ribs, root down into the pubic bone. Lengthen out through the top of the head. Breathing, let the energy flow up through the core, out through the top of the head, out through the feet. With all that effort, let the breath flow. Fire creates air. Let that flow in and out. Lifting up in your lower back, leaning forward, pulling from the navel forward, heading towards Paschimottanasana, reaching to the shins or the ankles, and taking a little wave of fire from the navel, lifting up back to the kidneys, rising up, folding forward towards the legs. Slowing down the process, the way a fire turns to a slow simmer. Even subtly here, with every breath, lifting up lightly through the kidneys, rippling up through the body, and a little bit deeper on the exhale. And maybe if I look at you, I don't see the flow, but you would feel the flow with your breath. Drawing the shoulders back to relax the neck, letting the head relax a little bit down. Coming up to sitting, inhale deep. And we will dance onto our backs for eye of the needle pose. So move your hips forward to your heels, roll onto your back, and just taking a little stretch for those lovely hips that we have. Right ankle over top of the left knee. Placing your hands on your hips, the hip bones, making sure they're even. Putting some fire in the toes to stabilize the ankle, which stabilizes the two shin bones in the knee. Deep breath in, and on the exhale, guide the left knee up and towards you. Bring your left hand towards the outside of the knee or the shin. If that's not possible, grab underneath the thigh. Right hand goes through the fire into the back of your ankle, that's the shin. Breathing deeply. Listen to your own breath flowing. Imagining this beautiful image of the fire glowing with every exhale. Checking that the left knee is still in line with the left side of the body. And maybe pressing the right ankle a little bit more into the left thigh and trying to isometrically pull the right thigh out without actually moving that leg. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Slowly release the foot. Hold your core and release the right leg also to the floor. Just simply changing sides. Left ankle over top of right knee. Use your hands here to find the stability and making sure that the hips, as you open that left knee, doesn't dip away, that we stay stable in the navel. Inhale deep. Flexing the left ankle, draw the right knee to the chest and holding to the shin. Sometimes it helps to stoke the fire just a little bit to keep it going. So in order to do that, if we press the left ankle into the thigh a bit, we feel the engagement in the left hip area. Flexing that left foot, if we pull the right knee a little bit to the right and the left thigh a little bit to the left to create some energy, there might be room to go deeper. Feeling this breath. And releasing the right foot to the floor, holding the belly, releasing the left foot to the floor. Now, however you'd like to come up, if you're feeling still playful in your fieriness, you can rock up to your shoulders and up to sitting, or roll to the side and come up to sitting. Dancing back up to the top. Janu Sirsasana, extending the legs out. Take your right heel into your groin and igniting the fire in the base of your pelvis, sitting the heel bone as close to that pubic bone as possible. Move the inner thigh of that left leg in back and wide. Sitting up nice and tall, stiff fingers, lifting up from the lower back and letting the fire rise and wave yourself forward, reaching forward towards that front foot. And again, feeling with every inhale that lift up through the kidneys lengthening and letting that fire climb all the way up to the top of the head and then bowing down on the exhale. Each breath making the movement a little bit smaller and smaller. Perhaps even pressing the heel deeper into the inner thigh to create space. Stoking the fire with a good inhale and exhale. Shifting the ribs slightly to the left over top of that standing long leg. Inhale, lifting, other side. Extending that one leg out that was bent and bending the other one. And bringing the heel nice and close that you might even sit on the heel bone. Letting the heel bone press into the top of the inner thigh like Vrikshasana. Move the flesh out from the sit bone of the long leg. Take a deep breath in and coming forward. Lifting up to the kidneys. Inhale, let it ripple up and out. Maybe a nice fire dragon exhale. Letting each movement create a little dance that allows you to go deeper. And perhaps you shift your ribs slightly sideways to the right side over top of the long leg. Rising up, inhale deep. Extend the legs out in front of you. Bend your knees towards you, place the hands and slide them behind you into a modified reverse plank pose, Purvottanasana. Dig your heels into the floor, tuck your tailbone under, starting the fire at the base of your belly. Press down and lift up, opening the chest. Checking the hands are not too close together, that you can really root down into the floor. Bring your hips to sit all the way on your heels, and we'll continue the dance again on our back, rolling down on our backs. Grab your feet, your ankles with your hands between your knees, and bring your feet together, knees wide. You may hook your hands up and over your toes, doing a little sit-up to get them there. You may take two peace fingers and grab the big toe. Lift your heels up a little bit and pull straight down towards your belly. Maybe the elbows can help you by pressing the knees open. Find which version doesn't create too much fire, but allows the warmth to continue in your practice. And in this cooling down dance, we use the inhale to receive. The inhale actually is for reflection, for feel. And on the exhale, we can send the energy out, send out that action. Slowly bring both legs up to the sky. Rotate the thighs in. Make from two legs one leg and bring your hands down on the floor. I'd like to invite you to go into Halasana, plow pose, and back to just warm up the back. Now, if this does not work for you because of any neck injuries or anything, then perhaps you turn to your wall and you just do legs up the wall. But it might be nice to calm the nervous system down by going into Halasana. When you're ready, lift your head and shoulders up and off. Lower your legs 45 degrees. And I prefer to make little stiff fingers to help me pull the legs and push up and over, and then right away roll back down. 45 degrees, lifting the head and shoulders up and off, activating the belly. And then push the legs up and over, and rolling back down. One more of these. 45 degrees, belly is active, stiff fingers, push up and over. Now you decide if you would like to stay, interlace your fingers, walk the shoulders under, lift the sit bones up to the sky. If you want to come out and just rest, please do that. Just taking 5 deep breaths. Again, really rooting the sit bones up to the sky. Rolling back down. Slowly coming back down onto the mat. And pushing yourself up to sitting. Come into a cross-legged position and just simply take a little twist here as we get ready for a brief meditation. Whichever side feels good to you. Coming back to center, taking a deep breath in and exhaling. And I hand it over to my colleague, Ulrich, who I have.
So please find a good seated posture where you can sit for maybe 3 or 4 minutes for a little meditation before we end up in Shavasana. So it can be diamond pose, it could be Sukhasana. Roll in your legs, widen your sitting bones. Gently close your eyes. If it's possible, rest your hands in your lap, on your thighs, maybe right hand in the palm of the left. And release from the navel down into your foundation. Feeling the groundedness and the support offered by your yoga mat, by the ground beneath you, carrying you whenever you need it, offering itself freely. And from there, lengthen your side body, lift your heart and chest a little, open the throat, and then return your awareness to your breath. It may have been agitated throughout the practice. Maybe the mind has too, and the body. But now it all settles down. Like after you had a big bonfire, and now it's the remains of it. It's the glowing. And as you breathe into your back body, the space behind your heart, as you breathe in, you can see it as a universe breathing into your heart, blowing into the afterglows of the fire. And you feel the shimmering from your heart emanating out in all directions, offer it all right back to where it came from. And as you sit for a moment and rest in the afterglow of the fire that now just keeps you warm, balanced, not so much heat that you burn yourself, but not disappearing so you get cold. Exactly enough. And from your inner vision, your inner mountain flame, you could say, you bow. And from your inner ear, you can hear the mantra, Namaha, 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 Namaha. Now you can gently find your way down on your back, find your way into Shavasana. Make yourself comfortable. Arms and leg falls away from the midline. And maybe you have something to cover yourself with. So even though we do not extinct the fire, it gives a little more, less heat, and we still want to keep warm. So cover yourself. And rest, enjoying the benefit of the practice in Shavasana. And now gently return your awareness to the breath behind your heart space. Feeling the bodies reunite. The physical body, the energy body, and the awareness body. And then you can gently start to wiggle your fingers, your toes. You can move your wrists, circle. Do the same with your ankles. And then you can gently stretch your arms over your head, and on an exhale, give your body a kind and mild stretch. Then you can place your left foot beside your right knee, and on an exhale, roll to the right side of your body. Drawing the knees a little in, resting your head on your upper right arm, and the left hand and arm support on the floor in front of your heart. And then you breathe in light into your body. Fill yourself with delight. Feel the awakening, the rising from the ashes. You burned your obstacles away and you awaken again. And then on an exhale, you gently push into your left hand and press yourself into a seated pose. You can have your eyes closed and your hands in Anjali Mudra. And then before we finish the practice with one Om, and maybe giving each other a gentle appreciative nod, let's offer all the benefits of the practice back to where it came from. So you can do it your own way or something like this. I imagine that all the benefits of the practice now manifest in front of me as heat, light, beautiful colors, and they start to emanate out in all directions for the benefit of all sentient beings for as long as possible. That I truly wish. And you can exhale. Gently bow your head to your heart. Know that even though you gave it all away, it will still be very, very beneficial for yourself. Inhale, lift your head, open your eyes, and bow. Namaste. Thank you all. It's been a joy practicing with you. Thank you to my colleagues. I'm always almost burned away. Like a candle on the 24th, it's always. Thank you. And thank you all, you others, for participating. I know some of you, it's been a joy seeing you again, Courtney, and all your new faces. Love seeing you. Yes, hope to be back soon at the tree and with all the rest of you. Thank you. Don't know if anybody else wants to say something, feel free.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you
thank
all
you
for
all.
joining and making, contributing to this school that allows us to teach like this and teach together as a group. We even planned this class together. We based it on Stella's beautiful opening, and that was a beautiful teaching skill. And I advise you guys, it's a lovely thing to do together to support each other and to inspire each other. So maybe this is beginning of more of these kind of lovely activities. I think we will probably post this video if you're watching this video because you just did the practice. Please feel free to donate to the school at any time. Yeah.
Letizia, can you say something about our next offering? I know it's late already. We went over a little bit, but maybe you have 2 more minutes to stay and yeah.
Sure. The next meeting will be in January 8th. Will be done by Andrés Pérez from Spain. So obviously it will be in Spanish, but with English translations, and it will be about persistency. So it's a lovely talk about our resiliency as well, right? We keep coming back to the mat. We keep practicing. We keep sharing. Thank you so much, everybody. Everyone is invited for January 8th, and see you next year.
Yeah, have a lovely holiday time and thank you so much for joining. And I'm going to post the PayPal link for this class again underneath this if it's on Facebook. So please, even if you watch it on YouTube, please check the comments. Even if you find this class without signing up, please feel free, or don't feel free, but please just contribute something to this as well. Merry Christmas, everybody. Bye. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
There's Susanna. Oh, you just missed her. Maybe good to stop the recording, Julia.
I will.